All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are here once again for a Chelsea live stream, and we will be bringing you the latest Chelsea transfer news that's been floating around over the past 24 hours or so. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Like as usual, we're going to go through some of the key news that's been popping up, and I definitely want to know exactly what you're thinking about each and every one of these little bits of news that we're going to go through. And let's make a good discussion out of it. Smash the like button as soon as you come through, which is very important. Cannot stress enough how much the channel is correlated to the likes. The growth of the channel is correlated to the likes. The more the likes, the more the channel gets recommended to others, and the more the channel grows. And if you really enjoy and you feel very satisfied on how the channel operates, then please smash the like button. Joshua, good to see you, my man. Shubra, good to see you as well. Sadly missed yesterday's stream. Not going to miss today for sure. You missed a fiery one yesterday, Shubra. Yesterday was the one you needed to be around, but it is what it is. At least you got a kick out of it watching it on the playback. But today, of course, we're going to go through the latest, which is going to be just as interesting. Concierge of crime, my man. Big up, bro. Don't let those melons get you down. Keep being you. Of course, I never look. It's water off a duck's back. I don't. I've been in this social media scene for a little while now to know that you've got to have a thick skin and you just got to carry on doing what you do. But every now and then I do like to address a few things just to, make sure that the world has tranquility. Do you know what I mean? The world has tranquility. Good to see you, my man. Advade must be buzzing. Endrick, it's looking good, although I don't want to get too hyped. Let's see what he's about. Look, I said it recent times that it would be a long shot if Endrick comes to Chelsea, and we're going to touch on this, the first news. For me, it was Real Madrid written all over it. I mean, you've got Vinicius, you've got Rodrigo, you've got Eder Militao. Why would you come to Chelsea Football Club? Under what circumstance? You got all your Brazilian superstars over there, and Endrick, touted to be a absolute wonder kid from Brazil. That's the place to be, Real Madrid. Yeah, make your name over there, man. So, yeah. I heard you rant off Mount and Rice, which is why James is underrated, along with the other reasons, which is his injuries. You're right, man. You're right. Okay. Preetham, thank you so much for the super chat. Big up, Miz. How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for providing a super chat with that question. I generally don't get super chats where people are asking me how I am. Really appreciate that, Preetham. I'm doing well, alhamdulillah. I hope you're doing well as well, Preetham, and hopefully you, along with 50 plus live right now, has a smashing live stream with me. Great to hear and good to see you, my man. Aka, good to see you as well. Tony Chelsea, good to see you, my man. Valen is him. Maybe try not to make your title seem too one-sided. Reduce the opportunity of people to spread hate. I don't know, man. I don't know. Reduce the opportunity of people to spread hate. Yeah, let's see. I mean, I feel like sometimes when I do my titles is you got to play it a bit technically as well at the end of the day, Valen. You have to understand this is the social media. This is YouTube. There is algorithm. So you do need to, at times, give it a bit more spice than it really is. Not necessarily clickbaity, but give it a little bit more push. But I hear you. Look, at the end of the day, you gotta ensure that you have a wider audience, and sometimes you just need to play along with some of these words. But then the content, you gotta listen to what the video is all about. I don't think I ever sugarcoat anything, and I don't think I ever overhype anything. So try and keep things balanced. Okay, let's excuse me. Let's get on with this, ladies and gentlemen. First up, this is the first news that's floating around. We touched on this particular player in recent times and the prospect of possibly him joining Chelsea Football Club, but I was quite pessimistic about it. Some of you guys weren't happy with my approach, but I was trying to be realist. I was trying to be a realist. The reason why I was trying to be a realist is, for me, it didn't make sense why he would come to Chelsea Football Club. For me, Real Madrid is, the epitome of footballing heritage. Do you know what I mean? And the Brazilian players that they have over there, um, the 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 amount of silverware they've won, like it's a tradition, it's a culture over there. Do you know what I mean? Like, some of the greatest Brazilian players have played in Real Madrid as well. So, you'd think that he would follow his footsteps over there, their footsteps over there. Obviously, it was a long shot at Chelsea in terms of the project and possibly being the main guy up front for Chelsea Football Club. But then again, you just don't know, man. Like, him coming in as an 18-year-old, I believe he's still 16. He's got to be 18 before he moves. So he's still got 2 more seasons to play at Palmeiras. Um, yeah, maybe there was a long shot, but this is what Fabrizio Romano is saying. The latest: Real Madrid are now leading the race to sign Endrick, pushing as reported in the last few days. Official negotiations are ongoing with Palmeiras on 60 million euros, which is, I believe, is the release clause, including add-ons. PSG and Chelsea remain in the race. No concrete talks with Barca, but Real are ahead. Not that long ago, Chelsea were ahead. And in fact, they were so much ahead that it was potentially going to be Chelsea. Endrick's family came to the training ground at Chelsea Football Club, and they got introduced to Thiago Silva or so on and so forth. And everyone thought that perhaps this was going to happen. But I was adamant that this was not going to happen. It's probably a long shot. It was always going to be Real Madrid, and now Real have flexed their muscle, and I'm not surprised, nor am I shocked that Endrick potentially could be moving towards Real Madrid. Obviously, it's not the end of the world. He could still, you never know, could have a prospect at Chelsea. I don't know, but for me, I think he's moving to Real Madrid. My hope was he might join us now and then leave to Real 5 to 6 years later. Yeah, but he's probably thinking, why leave after 5 to 6 years when I can join them now and just be a superstar there? And maybe he might even stay there for a very, very long time. Much like Karim Benzema, who's been there for such a long time. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo was there for a massively long time as well. Rabbi, breaking Endrick to Real Madrid is expected to be completed before the end of December. Fabrizio Romano. There you go. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all. What does it mean, though? What does it mean for Chelsea Football Club? What does it mean for Todd Boehly? He's another player. I mean, look, in recent times, I've said I think Todd Boehly's done fantastically well with Christopher Nkunku, but we know what happened last summer. So many players that we lost, so many players we tried to go for, we were just not there. And then once again now with Endrick's situation as well, like, very well our owners wanted Endrick big time, and it looks like it's possibly not happening. I mean, what does it say? Like, and then I guess, are we okay? I think one thing it does point out is we're not the superpowers. We can't just attract anyone and everyone. Um, are we okay with it? I think I'm fine with that. Like, I guess we need to understand where we are, where our position is in world football, in European football. We can't compete with Real Madrid. Maybe financially we can. We can probably offer them good wages, but there are other factors that we can't compete with. And I think we as a fan base probably just need to be real about it and just accept it. So, I mean, at least appreciate the fact that the new owners tried to go for Endrick and they've put in a really good effort. And as I said, it's not a foregone conclusion as yet, although it looks like it's going to be Real Madrid. But at least their owners have given given it a very good go. And the Endrick is too young for Real Madrid. Like teenage players don't do well there. Like look at Odegaard, yeah, but Endrick ain't no Odegaard apparently. Endrick is the real deal. It doesn't make any sense. Madrid will get Haaland in a couple of years. Will they? Will they? What makes you say that Haaland's leaving Man City? The Sheikh Mansour over there, like, he's no Mickey Mouse owner. Like, they've got a lot of money. If they want to keep Erling Haaland, they can keep Erling Haaland. And already he's on very, very high wages, which includes all the bonuses and whatnot. Someone said that he could potentially earn about 900K a week with bonuses included, like if he hits everything. Like I saw something like that in one of the articles in recent times. Like he's got to hit every bonus. So what makes you think that Man City don't have the power to keep someone like Erling Haaland? He could potentially stay there. Balak CFC means that we keep going on the same path. We must keep this eye on future squad planning after years of short-termism. Fair point, but at the same time, we need to have that philosophy for the manager as well. Because no point in getting all these players, and then if we end up letting go of him in a couple of years, then all of this. So you have to keep the manager, but at the same time, how do you keep the manager? The manager's got to keep winning. Like that for me, it's all intertwined. Like, you don't get to stay at a football club if you're not hitting some short-term goals as well. Like that's how life works. Like, you keep a job by hitting your targets. If you don't hit your targets on a regular basis, you may miss a target here and there. That's fine, but you got to jump back into the horse and you got to keep ensuring that you're hitting the target. Yeah. I love how these people come out of nowhere. Because you're embarrassing yourself if you think Mount is a Milner. Like, Emily, thank you so much for joining the live stream. This ain't about Milner and this ain't about Mount. So you can either stay and see what other news that we have, or you can leave. So it's simple as that. I'm not gonna just start a out of the blue topic about Mason Mount when I've got no intention to talk about him today, because that's not in the agenda. We've got all these other news to go through. Next up, Chelsea have not expressed any desire to bring Callum Hudson-Odoi back in January from his loan spells at Bayer Leverkusen. Further goes on to say, no, that's it. So look, this news came about probably 12 hours or so ago. And I saw this news, like obviously, Chelsea have not expressed any desire to bring Callum Hudson-Odoi back in January from his loan spell at Bayer Leverkusen. And I was thinking, why are we going to bring Callum Hudson-Odoi back? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is the reason to bring Callum Hudson-Odoi back? And I'm going to, honestly, no more, as I said yesterday, no more sentiments, no more, trying to babysit all these players. I've seen enough of Callum Hudson-Odoi, like over the last few seasons, over the last 3 seasons minimum. I know it's been injury-prone seasons here and there. Of course, I understand that. But I've seen enough to say I'm not utterly convinced as yet. I don't know. Are you? Nearly 110 of you guys live right now. Are you utterly convinced? I mean, from his spell so far at Leverkusen, does it warrant a comeback? I don't think so. What has he done in Leverkusen for me to say, do you know what? We need this guy back. We need this guy back right now. Nothing. He's been okay, but he's not been lighting it apart. If anything, if I want anyone from Bayer Leverkusen, it's probably going to be Moussa Diaby. Every time I watch Bayer Leverkusen to focus on Callum Hudson-Odoi, my eyes are always on Moussa Diaby. So for me, Callum, stay at Bayer Leverkusen. And if anything, Callum Hudson-Odoi, you probably got till the end of this season to really impress. Not just me, but a lot of people out there. A majority of the fan base out there. You need to impress a lot, because if you don't end up impressing us by the end of this season with Bayer Leverkusen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to look to somehow sell you. Because you've now been at Chelsea Football Club, not like one season or two seasons, like you've been around for a while, man. There are other youngsters that are just skipping past you. And I get it. You've had a crazy injury. I understand. But I'm sorry. As I said, I'm done with sentiments, man. You go be a superstar elsewhere. I'm not going to look back and regret one day that, oh my God, I should have kept Callum. He's now a superstar in Bayer Leverkusen. No, kudos to you. If you can turn it around and you become a superstar elsewhere, I will stand up and give you a standing ovation. Kudos to you if you do that. Right now, I don't feel any confidence in bringing you in. I'm sorry. I don't want to just bring you in and just fill up a position. It doesn't make sense to me. I've got players like Nkunku coming. I've got other players like Trossard that we're thinking about. Perhaps Rafael Leao. So on and so forth. Do you know what I mean? Let's see what you guys are saying. Cho is our own Jesse Lingard. Yeah. We should sell Cho. He's useless. Yeah, look, I don't want to insult players, but I feel like he's not shown me enough to warrant me to keep him. That's all I'm going to say. Has a Bayern Munich wanted Cho for 80 million euros? Chelsea should have jumped at that deal. I don't know about 80 million euros. I think they definitely wanted him for about 40 million euros. And we probably should have cashed in on that. Ms. Potter must accurately decide the DMF that will need to be Alvarez, Rice, Gomez, Caicedo. Because if you look at Pep, he has Rodri and Klopp, has Fabinho. These two are key. City and Live. Absolutely, man. I'm actually shocked we are going after Kudus. The guy is a baller. Hopefully we get him. But yeah, let me know more about Callum Hudson-Odoi. I want to really see where you guys all sort of stand in Callum Hudson-Odoi's situation. Over 135 people live right now. Make sure you smash the like button, and at the same time, please let me know how you feel about this situation. Shubra, if Pulli and Ziyech leaves, Cho would be the backup winger, I guess. Pulli and Ziyech, look, Ziyech most likely will go in January. I can't see, unless something drastically changes and Graham Potter starts using him. Ziyech is probably one person they can pencil down. He's probably leaving in January. Pulisic, 50-50. But I wouldn't get rid of these two to bring in Callum Hudson-Odoi to be a backup. I'm sorry, man. It's just not, it ain't cutting it for me. T1, thank you so much for the super chat. If he can stay another year, would be great. 2 years, one system, consistent minutes would be great for him. So you're saying one more season loan after this with Leverkusen? I guess why not? But that would mean we are really leaving it till the end of his contract situation with Chelsea. So at that point, he could potentially look for a free transfer agreement with anyone else, which I don't know if that's a great idea. Like, we can make some money out of him. You know what I mean? Cho needs game time, but I don't think Chelsea will give him. Look, this is the thing. I'm willing to give him game time, but under what jurisdiction? Like, under what evidence? Under what sort of grounds am I actually going to give him time? What has he shown me to say, do you know what? Yeah, you deserve a lot of time. I'm sorry, man. It's for me, it's just not there. Cho gives me Hazard vibes on the ball. Give him a chance. Wow, Hazard vibes. That's heavy. That's heavy. Liz, you're the first fan yesterday who made some sense yesterday. My respect to you. I was screaming of this mediocrity at our club since past couple of seasons. Thank you so much, Bethy. Good to see you. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Mohammed Kudus has very much drawn interest from Chelsea, and we are even putting in some groundwork to try and sign him. Look, this is, and this comes from Simon Phillips. Look, this is quite probable, I think. I'm told that he's open to moving to the Premier League from Ajax, but they would be looking for at least 40 million for him, which is probably quite a hefty fee. His current market value is 12.5 transfer market. Look, I don't think we should go by what transfer market is saying. And Chelsea would be looking to sign him for much less than 40 million. I think, yeah, less than 40 million is probably right for someone like Kudus. 40 million for, look, Kudus for me is a very, very good player. From what I've seen, not just in this World Cup, I've actually seen him in the Champions League, especially against Liverpool. That's when he caught my eye. The first game that Ajax played against Liverpool, that's when he really caught my eye. I was like, ooh, Ajax, I think, have just found themselves another gem that they're going to make a lot of money off. And obviously, I've seen him in the World Cup where he's been good. Look, I think he can potentially play as a number 9 as well. He's young, so you can develop him into a 9. But obviously, he plays as an attacking midfielder. He's definitely... he's very technical on the ball, as you have to be playing for Ajax. He does have an eye for goal. I'm still yet to see that vision, that creativity. But some of you guys who've actually watched him quite a lot say that he's got that ability. I like him. I really do. I think he'll be a great asset for Chelsea Football Club, and I think his stocks are rising. There are other clubs that are looking at him. I think Liverpool are looking at him. But 40 million, I don't know, man. I think we can get for something cheaper. So Chelsea is right. We can perhaps get for something cheaper. Transfer market, as I said, I don't think that's the greatest barometer, but 12.5 million in transfer market, and then Ajax trying to squeeze out 40 million, that's probably a bit too much. I think somewhere around 30 to 35 million, maybe 35 million, that should do the trick. And I think at 35 million, when you think about it, we got Ziyech for about 37 million, and Ziyech was killing it. He was killing it in Ajax. His numbers were ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. The evidence is probably whichever attacker we spend money on tends to flop. Rather have someone free that flops and spends money on mid and RB. I like that logic, Valen. Rather have someone free that flops. Who's an attacker that's free at the moment? I don't really know. Potentially, Trossard could become a free agent, but apparently there is one more year of option up in Brighton's sleeve if they want to use that up. I don't really know if anyone decent that's up for free from an attacking standpoint. So you got to try and get as close to, look, you can't get it as close to as possible as free, but a cheapish sort of transfer, smart transfer, basically, that I'm trying to say. Because honestly, all these years strikers have failed at Chelsea. One main reason behind it is we don't have a creative player like we had. Oscar Mata has that. Honestly, Arsene Zakarian is what we need. Bang on, Prabuddha, bang on. This is why I actually wanted Arsene Zakarian. I do want Arsene Zakarian. Definitely in January, I do want him. He may start off from the development squad, but I do want him to eventually make it to the first team. I'm not even going to lie. Kudus is a CF, CAM. Who does he replace in this side? Yep. I do think he can be a proper CF, more than a cam, to be honest. I think he can put the goals away. Who does he replace? I mean, do we potentially see Aubameyang being a long-term player for us? There's always rumors about Broja apparently leaving for Serie A, Inter Milan, AC Milan. Look, I don't want Broja to go. But does Armando Broja stay on if he doesn't get enough game time? We've seen in recent times, sometimes he doesn't start, sometimes he starts. When we think he should start, he doesn't get a game. So we've given him a long-term contract. So that kind of means our commitment towards him. But the player has to feel that as well. So I don't know, man. But, maybe for the time being, Kudus can play as a cam. Maybe he can slot in just behind the striker until he kind of sort of takes up the front position. So you can use him in a couple of positions before we really hone in on one. You know what I mean? We need to start playing to our attackers' strength, need more creativity. Whoever comes will fail unless we change the way we currently play. 100%, man. We have to. This is what I want to see. After the World Cup is finished and Chelsea's back, I really need to see Graham Potter. You need to start winning games, my man. You need to start having a plan. You need to start figuring out ways how to pick up 3 points. I'm sorry, you just need to figure out ways to do this. Next up, it's my understanding that Chelsea remain interested in Ajax's Edson Alvarez ahead of the January transfer window. 43 million was turned down in the summer. Declan Rice remains the priority at the end of the season. However, this is from Bobby Vincent, who is very close to, he gets a few Ajax news here and there. Obviously, he's from Football London. But look, I mean, I'm not even going to comment on this. I think it's quite probable now that Declan Rice in the summer is probably going to happen. I mean, regardless of who comes into Chelsea Football Club, we've even had a new owner, for God's sake. Like, our previous owners have gone. We've got a new owner, and these Declan Rice rumors just don't go away ever. It all started from Frank Lampard time. He's gone. Everyone thought Thomas Tuchel will come in. There'll be nothing about Declan Rice anymore. And Declan Rice again under Thomas Tuchel was a strong rumor. Apparently, Thomas Tuchel even liked Declan Rice. And now Thomas Tuchel's gone. New owners have come in because all those conversations were from previous owners and the board. New owners, no one from the previous ownership, no one from the board exists at the moment. Everyone has left. Graham Potter has come in, and Declan Rice rumors to Chelsea still continues on. So look, for me, it's probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen. And as I've said it many times, I don't think the player is bad. I just personally think that some of the skill set that he has potentially doesn't suit the way we want to play. Now, I don't know how we want to play. See, under Thomas Tuchel, I kind of had an idea how we want to play. But under Graham Potter, I'm still yet to see. Maybe Graham Potter is not a massive fan at Chelsea with a lot of possession. Maybe he wants to be more direct. Maybe he wants to get to the final third quicker. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the summer. But I think Edson Alvarez, ladies and gentlemen, Edson Alvarez from Ajax, this is probably going to happen, in January. I get the feeling this may happen in January. Because who else is actually available as a midfielder in January? Caicedo would be great. But Brighton really going to lose Caicedo in January? Brighton's pushing as well. And you're probably going to have to pay a lot of money for Caicedo, man, to, prize him away from Brighton. Caicedo is probably a summer thing so that Brighton can get enough time to replace him. Edson Alvarez, we went for him in deadline day. We went for him in summer deadline day. So it makes me think we're probably going to go for him again. He was keen to join Chelsea Football Club. Me, however, I was gassed when I first heard him. Like, I didn't know too much about him, but then I did a bit of research, saw some footage, then saw some matches. I was a little bit gassed. But then I started really watching him this season. There were a few games where I wasn't completely impressed. And I was like, sometimes positionally he's not aware. Sometimes he's just floating around. Sometimes he does look good. But yeah, some of you guys are saying Benassar, which I'll get to. Balan, thank you so much for the super chat. And again, my man, we doing live stream for Villa Friendly. Is that going to be telecasted? If it's telecasted, then yeah, sure. I have to see what time it's on. So yeah, why not? Some of you guys are saying Benassar. I'll take him. I think Benassar technically is so sound, man. Such a gifted player, honestly. Physically, from an African background, Algerian, he's got that dog in him. I'll take him for sure, Benassar. Technically sound, as I said. Good ball-playing ability. Physically, I think he'll match up in the Premier League. Pace-wise, shouldn't be a worry. I think he'll be fantastic. But some of you guys told me that he's actually a product of Arsenal Academy. I think he's probably going to be wanting to go to Arsenal, wouldn't he? Why would he join Chelsea Football Club? And Arsenal's flying at the moment. And I think they are looking for a midfielder. If anything, he's probably going to Arsenal, no? So that's the reason why I'm a bit unsure about. People watch Benacer defensively in 2 games against us and think he's gold. Look, I don't know about people. I've not only just watched those 2, I've had the liberty to watch even another 4 or 5 more AC Milan matches. But Benacer is not a new phenomenon. Like, Benacer has been around for a little while, Ballack CFC. I think far too many times as a fan, some certain fans in the fan base, we spend too many times trying to mock others. We spend too many times to mock other fans and this, that, the other. Oh, they've only watched 2. Just less the mocking. Just talk your stuff. Talk what you feel you need to say and keep it at that. Like, I feel like, why do we need to judge? Oh, you've only seen them. Like, how do we know who's seen what, man? How do we know? How would I know how many matches you've seen? How many? Like, leave it, man. You just come with your thoughts, what you think about the player, whether he's good or not. Now, let's keep it at that. Do you think Benacer is capable? Ballack CFC. That's the question for you. If you don't think he's capable, why? If you think he's capable, why? Both ways. And let's less worry about what others think about certain players. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, look, Edson Alvarez for me, I think is quite probable, man. I really do think it's quite probable, especially during January. Okay, next up, Jude Bellingham. I keep saying Billing. Jude Bellingham, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, there's strong rumors of Chelsea being linked with him, but honestly speaking, I don't think Chelsea's got a chance here, man. Jude Bellingham, like, there's so much that we need to get right. We have to potentially get top 4, and I don't know if we're actually going to make top 4. Like, it's still up in the air. I hope we do. So that's one thing. We have to make top 4 because Jude Bellingham ain't going to a club that's not going to be in the Champions League. He's playing Champions League football with Dortmund. Do you know what I mean? I think he's got some close connections with Liverpool players. The way he talks with Henderson and Trent Alexander-Arnold and all of that, there's rumors that he wants to go to Liverpool. Klopp wants him. Those Liverpool players are pushing for him. The fact that there's no Reece James in this World Cup, had there been Reece James, maybe he would have talked to Jude Bellingham and got him a little bit more convinced. And then also there's the factor of Man City. Gundogan probably moving on. I know Man City admire Jude Bellingham as well. Dortmund played Man City in the Champions League recently, so Pep Guardiola would have seen firsthand everything he needed to know about Jude. Erling Haaland is there. You know, they're mates from Dortmund days. And Man City is the club to be, isn't it? Man City is the club to be. If you want to go somewhere, Man City is the place to be. So, look, I don't think we as Chelsea fans, this is another one of those Endrick situation, isn't it? I just can't see how this guy comes to Chelsea Football Club. Seriously, I really can't. If it happens, I'll be over the moon. I'll be so ecstatic. But I'm not going to get myself so excited and then it never happens and I get myself disappointed. Do you know what I mean? Velan, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Not going to lie, ignore Bellingham rumors, ends at Liverpool FC or Real Madrid. No, you're right. Real Madrid are actually after him as well. And his stocks after this World Cup, his stocks are rising, man. His stocks are skyrocketing. Do you know what I mean? He's playing some good football for England at the moment. Velan, once again, thank you so much for the super chat. Going to be sad when Rice is our big mid signing. I mean, look, it's going to happen, man. I think this coming summer, it's probably going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on. It'll be interesting. All these off-field recruitments that we've done, you know, in terms of getting data analysts and head of recruitments, director of recruitment, this, that, the other. I thought maybe they could find some gems, but if they end up getting Declan Rice and those type of like the big profile players, makes you think, well, Declan Rice was getting rumored with us even before all of these people came into Chelsea Football Club, like even before all of these people that we hired to data crunch and find those people, find those gems. We were getting linked with Declan Rice and so on and so forth. So and once we get these people and we still linked with these type of players, then what's the benefit of having them? Do you know what I mean? So look, Jude Bellingham. As we continue over here, let's have a look. As revealed in our show transfer update a few weeks ago, and now confirmed, Man United has hardly any chance and is out of the race. Liverpool still in. Klopp players pushing. Dortmund would sell him in summer. Price tag 100 to 150 million euros. Wow. And this is from Plettigol, who's an expert in German news. So someone saying, please get Enzo. Look, Enzo's buyout clause is something around 100 million. So I don't think anyone's getting Enzo for the time being. I think he's staying at Benfica, and Benfica's killing it as well. So I can't see that happening. Okay, let's go to the last news, ladies and gentlemen. T1, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. We have spent money on scouting department. I want to see what they come up with. I really don't care for Jude, De Jong, etc. Let's find those hidden gems. This is what I've been saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, it'll be very, very, very crazy if we're linked with all the people that we were linked with previously. So what was the point? What was the point of getting all these, so-called data analysts to find gems? It just doesn't make sense. T1 Miz, you said it as I was typing it. There you go. Great minds think alike, T1. Great minds think alike. Tony Tone, good to see you, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm probably the only fan that doesn't want Jude. He doesn't improve us. We need a creator and a DM. Look, I think he does improve us, man. He's a fantastic player. I'm not even going to lie. But you're right. We do need a creator because I don't think Jude is an out-and-out creator. I think he can create, but he's not an out-and-out creator. He's a proper box-to-box. He'll definitely get into goal-scoring positions and chip in with goals. And he'll get into certain good attacking positions to create some assists. But he's not a creative hub. That's for sure. So I understand what you're saying. Balak CFC, he's not a creator, not a breaker of deep blocks. He's transition mid. No, you're right. But I still think that quality, that transition breaks is still needed. Look at the way we transition now. Like, it's not good. It's not good at all. As I said, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button as we are slowly wrapping things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. So please, it would be fantastic if we can get to 100 likes. Josko Vardiol has been excelling in front of a global audience for the first time in Qatar. His performances have attracted interest beyond just Chelsea, with Manchester City, Real Madrid, and Barcelona now ready to rival any bids for the 20-year-old. I'm not surprised, man. He is probably one of the big stories in this World Cup. There's not much going for Croatia. I'm telling you right now, Croatia are such a boring team. They are going to get their backside whooped against Brazil. It'll be the end. Like, that's it. I said it. Croatia might as well pack up the bags with Japan, if I'm being absolutely honest. There is no way they're going to progress beyond Brazil. Brazil are going to have a field day. But the one thing Croatia has going for them is Vardiol. Vardiol has been unbelievable in this World Cup. I've not had the liberty to watch him too much at Leipzig. I don't get to watch too many Leipzig games. And whenever I do, I try and focus on Nkunku. But from the little bits and pieces I saw previously, but mostly in this World Cup, I've been very much focused on Vardiol. He's a top defender. There's no doubt about that. He's a top defender. Absolutely top defender. Now the issue is the entire world is looking at him. So, I was thinking previously that we've got a very close relationship. Our owners seem to have a very close relationship with the Red Bull Group. And, we've got the Nkunku deal. We're getting Christopher Vivell, the technical director. We've even given them Timo Werner back. So, and there's some rumors about Mohammed Simikan, I suppose, as well, who plays as a centre back, right back. Last time I saw him when he played right back, he was actually quite good. So look, this could look. I was very confident that Chelsea's probably going to get this guy, and I'm still confident. I'm still very confident. This isn't one of those Endrick situation, or this isn't one of those Jude Bellingham situation. I'm actually confident that Josko Vardiol could choose Chelsea Football Club, because I think Chelsea will make him a starter. He will be a starter down the track when Thiago Silva and all the likes leave, and Azpilicueta leaves as well. So I think he potentially could be a main linchpin in defense. So, but now everyone else is looking at him, and who knows? Maybe his mind could change. Maybe his agent could look for the most money out there. So, one to look out for. So we'll see. Look, I'm not going to be utterly disappointed if we don't get Josko Vardiol. As I said, my stance on Josko Vardiol was that if we get him, fantastic. If we don't, we still have top quality, players that are up and coming. Levi Colwell hopefully will become a very, very top defender from the little bits and pieces that we've already seen. He's shown the quality. And Chalobah is someone who's signed a long-term contract. We've still got Koulibaly. There's still Marc Cucurella, who could potentially play as a CB. Fofana, how can I forget Wesley Fofana? So there's plenty of options. And I'm pretty sure there'll be many more centre backs that will materialize down the track. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. We're going to wrap things up. Smash the like button before you go. Big match today. I can't wait. Look, it's in zombie hours. I don't know if I can do a watch along, man. I don't think I can do a watch along, but I do want to wake up at 2 a.m. and watch Morocco, my man, Hakim Ziyech, my Habibi on against Spain. I'm feeling an upset. I don't even know whether it's an upset. I actually think Morocco's the favorite. So why is everyone saying Mendy out? Mendy needs to retire. Mendy out. What's going on? Why is everyone saying Mendy out? Is there a news on Mendy? Can someone tell me in the live chat? Miz, you ready for Ziyech to do impossible against Spain today? I am absolutely ready. I don't know why everyone's saying Mendy out. Mendy out now. What's going on? Something going on? Is there a news on Mendy? Oh, okay. They're just saying it. Fair enough. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. If we can raise it up to 100, will be great. Anything beyond that is always a bonus. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.